Hello, first grade. So today we are going to be talking about inflectional endings and adding s to the end of some words. All right, and this is part of our grammar lesson today. So first I have the word tap. All right, now tap has my short A sound like we learned about in our spelling lesson. So we have the word tap. Tap, tap. And I blend them together. So first grade, what I want to do is I want to add this to the end. I want you to look at that. And I want you to think in your head, what will that sound do to this word tap? What will this sound do to this word? All right, awesome. It would make it taps. So first grade, when we add that s to the word, it makes it an action word. That means you're doing it. So if I have the word tap, all right, but I changed it and I said taps, I'm doing something. She taps her finger, taps, all right? So first grade, it normally follows when I have the word taps, that inflectional ending normally follows a name, like it follows somebody's name, something like people. It follows things like he, she, or it, all right? So an example of that, like I just said, is she taps her hand, all right? Or you could have I tap and get rid of your S. I tap my pencil, or he taps his pencil, all right? So if I have I tap my pencil, all right, I want to turn into an action word. So I would be, she taps her pencil, all right? Or the dog taps his tail, all right? So we have the word again, tap right here, all right? And again, I'm changing it down here into an action word. So we have now taps. So I have the word tap, all right? And I'm adding a s to the end of my word tap. It is now taps. I'm going to change the word now. My word is tag. And I want you to add that s to make tag an action word. You're going to add a s to the end of tag. Go ahead and do that with your piece of paper and your pencil. So if you wrote your word tag, it should look like this. Tag. Now if we're changing it into an action word, we're going to put that s at the end. So your word now would be tags. Now when I say the word tags, that S doesn't make the S sound in tags. It makes the Z sound. That's okay, because sometimes that S makes the Z sound, first grade. So I'm going to take the word tags and I'm going to go ahead and put it into a sentence. So what I want you, first grade, is I want you to go ahead and pause the video, take your piece of paper and your pencil, and write the word tags in a sentence. All right? So an example would be, like I wrote right here, she tags the plate. But I want you to go ahead and write something different than me. All right? So an example again is she tags the plate. So we're writing a sentence with the word tags in it. So go ahead and pause and write your sentence. So remember, we learned that in our sentence, we want to make sure that we always have our capital at the beginning of our sentence. All right? So with my word she, I make sure I have a capital S. So she tags the plate. Now, at the end of my sentence, you see that I put a punctuation. I put a period. Now, if you had a sentence that had expression to it, like we talked about earlier, you can go ahead and put an exclamation point. Awesome job. So now, first grade, I'm going to go ahead and show you some words, and we're going to make them into action words. We're going to add that s, or maybe even that z sound to the end. But remember that s, that S sound also can sometimes make that z sound. So here are my words. And what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and pause this so you can write these words down so we can do it together. So we have the word pat, nap, wag, and pack. So go ahead and pause it so you can go ahead and write it down. Awesome. So the word pat, I want to make it into an action word. I'm going to add this sound to it. Add that sound. So now I'm just going to add, I'm going to say it, but with the S at the end. Pats. All right. The next word is nap. I'm going to add that S to nap. Let's read it together. Naps. Good job. My next word is wag. I'm going to add that S to the end of wag. Let's read it together and blend it. Wags. Uh-oh, I heard that Z sound. Remember, sometimes that S at the end of the word makes that Z sound. Let's read that again. Wags. Awesome job. My last one is pack. Let's go ahead and add that S sound. Ready? Let's read it. Packs. Awesome job, first grade. So remember, with inflectional endings, when we're adding that S, it makes your word into an action word. Awesome job today.